Look me in the eye. Look me in the eye. Are you ready to go? LB, are you ready to go? Nikki, you ready to go? We're going to do this. Laura, you ready to go? All right, we're going to do it. We're going to kill it.
Are you ready?
Every one of us. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. We are going to kill it.
Yes.
All right. Well, welcome.
Are we recording?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're recording now.
Great.
Brianna saw me lean over and mash record.
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
I cheated. I looked. All right. So, welcome, sippers. Thanks for joining us tonight. So, we have the usual crew. We have Laura.
Sup?
Nikki.
Hello.
LB.
Hey there.
That was perfect. I love our new bringing on entrances. All right. So, I'm Brianna. And so things are going great tonight. Everything's good. So, I want to tell you about the wine I picked. So,
I'm ready.
Again, we are a usual flawless process for picking wine. So, I go into Spirits Wine Cellar where I buy almost all of my wine. Shout out, sponsor us.
Yes.
But anyway, so I go in there and I see this wine, and by the bottle, I was like, I have to get this for you guys. But it's an important note because, I don't want you guys to think that I would just pick a bad wine based on the bottle. It did have 92 points, which is a lot of points, and your girl loves a winner.
Points in what?
I don't know, but they have signs. I've never seen over 94 points. So 92 points seems like a lot. Some of them don't have signs at all. They don't really. Yeah, well, okay. I think it's a wine ranking I just don't know about. Okay. But this one had 92 points.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, feel good. Yeah. Like I said, love a winner. Unless you lie, cheat, or steal to win, then I hope you have the day you deserve.
Right.
But
it will come back.
Love a winner.
Yeah.
So wanted to make sure I got you guys good wine.
Okay.
But because we've had so many issues with not understanding that all wine bottles are the same size and amount, I thought this would really freak you guys out. So because our sippers cannot see,
wow,
this bottle is half the size of a normal bottle, but it is super wide.
But there's no hole.
No, there's nothing under there.
Yeah, finger it.
Wow. Yeah, fingered it.
Nothing.
No
Okay.
girth.
So,
no girth.
But speaking of fingers, this wine is called Three Finger Jack.
Oh.
Not a Taylor Swift reference. It is a Cabernet Sauvignon. It is from California. Sorry,
No,
Laura really has to touch this wine.
Three finger.
Three finger in the girth.
So, three fingers like Scout's honor. So only Nikki got that reference, which is incredible. But
I didn't get it the first time, but I got it the second time.
I was like, oh, she did not get it, so I'm going to have to say it again in a different way, and so glad that one worked. All right, so anyway.
Is this a Swiftie thing?
Yeah,
it is a Swiftie thing.
Let us know.
All right, so
we're going to come back to this because I want to know. Because I've been dabbling in her
go ahead. Go ahead. Tortured
disaster,
Poets.
Yeah, so it is on the Tortured Poets.
Yeah.
There's
a track named Florida.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, but this track, so High School, it's a track that, obviously she never comes on and says who's it about, but it's about Travis. And so there's a line that says truth, swear, Scout's honor. Okay. But the song has some sexual undertones. So there's some speculation that the Scout's honor three finger thing.
Well, not to mention the line before it is "Touch me while your boys play Grand Theft Auto."
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, Three Finger Jack.
I have more questions.
Not a Taylor Swift reference.
Okay, gotcha.
It's the legendary.
It is going to be now.
Now it will be. But I also bought it a little bit for that reason.
It's the Taylor Swift one.
Yeah, I was like, Nikki's going to think that this is funny. So this was also a purchase for Nikki.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But, so it says, legendary outlaw Three Finger Jack and his notorious reputation.
Bad reputation.
Yeah.
There you go.
Roamed California during the gold rush in search of riches. Inspired by his daring character, these wines boast immense structure and hearty flavors sure to stand the test of time. Like Jack, our Cabernet Sauvignon is a bit of an outlaw and can stand proud on its own or alongside a grilled flank steak. And I loved the specificity on that.
Two fingers.
Yeah, girl, there you go.
Yeah.
Now you got it. Okay.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
So,
I am so ready to put this in my mouth. Like
I want to watch it.
I want to taste it and really see what we have going on here, because this makes me think of like Jack Daniels.
It makes me think of that too.
Like,
it doesn't mention it
and
at
then
all.
the bottle, like how many milliliters? Is it 750?
yes, because they're all the same.
I mean, I'm just making sure, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that went like everywhere, but that's okay.
It's
And
a
how
very
much
pretty
was this
bottle.
one? How much was this one?
So this one was $15.99. So I splurged.
Was
for
that on
y'all.
sale? You did
splurge
Know
on
that.
us.
Was it on sale?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
You
I purchased
splurged
it
on
for the
us.
full $15.99. So y'all are welcome.
I like the classicness of the bottle.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good classic
3 fingers
bottle.
in bottle.
And I paired it with some strawberries for us tonight.
Oh yeah, let me move that spoon so you can get that.
Because I did
Can we
not.
just get-
I decided on the strawberries, which are from. So my best friend growing up, her family farmed strawberries. These are Slate Farm strawberries. So super excited about that. But I did pick them before reading the bottle that I apparently was supposed to grill y'all some flank steak. But, I spent $15.99 on wine, so you weren't getting flank steak.
Should I put this in the fridge? Or okay, I'm gonna put this in the fridge just because.
That was flawless execution.
That was flawless.
I feel like all of y'all completely ignored. But anyway, so we will pour some.
Keep this to the fish tank.
Thank you.
I got to see the fish tank tonight.
Did you?
It's
How's it
lacking.
looking?
It's lacking. It needs more.
Lacking?
It needs more. It needs more corpse.
Do we think they're actually making it there?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so
I
you
noticed
saw
some
some.
definite corpse.
All right.
Thank you.
And we will be right back.
Hey, it's LB from 4 Sips In. Are you a mom who could benefit from postpartum support? Check out happymomswellness.com to learn more about this valuable monthly support that is delivered straight to your door. Use code PODCAST to get 10% off your first order of the postpartum monthly subscription boxes.
So for tonight, and shout out to my mom, because this was a little bit inspired by my mom in a conversation that I had with her. But I thought what would be fun to talk about would be things that, like, as children, we kind of idolized a little bit and thought were the pinnacle of wealth, and then it turns out they weren't. So, to give an example of this, so for as long as I can remember growing up, my parents had this bottle of Maker's Mark sitting on the mantle. And, like, my parents didn't drink much around us when we were growing up, but when they did, my mom drank Absolute Vodka and my dad drank Jack Daniels, but they never touched this Maker's Mark. And, you know, Maker's has, like, the wax label on it and everything, and, like, I really don't, I mean, this, maybe it was a special bottle or something, but nobody ever touched this Maker's Mark. So in my head, I was like, oh, Maker's Mark must be the pinnacle of wealth. Like, this must be the reason that no one is ever touching this. So I just, like, grew up being like, oh my God, that's it. And, like, I know I've talked to other people about, like, how they didn't have ice makers in their refrigerator. So they just thought, like, when they'd go to a friend's house and that friend would have an ice maker, it was like, oh,
That was mine.
like,
That was mine.
that's yours.
If you had an ice maker, it was like,
Oh,
like
that's the pinnacle
that
of
was
wealth,
me for
right?
me. Yeah, ice maker definitely. Yeah.
So when you, like, bought your first adult fridge, did it have to have an ice maker? Were you like,
Yes.
this is the requirement?
Well, my first one, it didn't have one. But my first, like, adult one, as, like, a married couple, yes, it definitely had to have one. Because then I was like, I made it.
I made it. Mama, I made it.
I
have
made
an
it.
ice maker.
Yeah, no more ice trays. Yes.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
no more beating on the counter
Right.
with the ice trays.
No, it was a thing. It was like, oh, we made
So
it.
for mine, I would have to explain where I lived.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So where my dad still lives, cable doesn't go out that far.
Yeah.
So there's no cable. So we had a antenna, like, on the side of the house. And, you know, my sister and I spent a lot of summers at home. Like whenever we needed, we had 3 channels, 3, 5, and 10.
3, 5, and 10, yeah.
3, 5, and 10. Sometimes one of those channels would get a little fuzzy, so one of us would stand at the back door and look at the TV while the other one went to the side of the house to turn it. We'd be like,
That's incredible.
hold on right there. Oh, no, go back just a little bit. Oh, that's it. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's the kind of TV we had. So I thought if you had cable or a satellite, like, you were living the luxurious life.
Yeah.
Like, that was
No, that was it. Yeah.
But honestly, cable just didn't go.
It's kind of funny to have that realization later in life, right? Though, like, oh, it's not that they, like, did have more. It's just like, oh, no, it really, like, didn't exist.
I mean, if we wanted to watch The Price is Right on the middle of the weekday, like, you had to do some work to go outside and turn it.
My best friend had a huge satellite thing in their backyard.
Uh-huh.
Like, literally 6 feet
Yeah.
long, like 6 feet. I mean, I thought that was living it. Like, she was living the life.
Yeah.
And we didn't have that. And so I was like, okay, she got 110 channels. Like, she would satellite guide and get where she needed to be. And I was just like,
Yes.
man, this is it. Like, this is living the life.
Yeah.
Like, she was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was there.
I was there.
Yeah.
That and a second floor.
Oh, yeah.
If you had a 2-story house,
Mm-hmm.
now I would not want a second floor to save my life.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it can be like as wide as it needs to be, but if I'm having to tote stuff up and downstairs, I'm done with it. I don't want it.
I thought a trampoline.
Yes.
If you had a trampoline,
Yeah.
you were like living the life. So my friends had the trampoline, and we would go over there and we would jump on the trampoline. And I thought, they're rich. Like, this is the
Yeah.
life. They have extra money for this jumpaline thing. Like, that was it.
So,
Yeah,
random
no,
story off the
trampoline.
trampoline. My best friend, I guess she had seen, there's like an episode of Seinfeld where, like, I think it's like Kramer, like, smears butter all over herself and, like,
I don't recall this exact episode, but I've no doubt it exists.
so she and I.
Wait, smeared butter all over yourselves?
Think
And
about
jumped
my
on a
pale ass. And went and laid on that black ass
Oh, my God. You had to burn
Smeared the
so
butter?
bad.
trampoline? To, like, tan?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
No.
That's incredible. No, that's an incredible story.
No, you didn't.
We did.
Wait,
To
wait.
tan?
Yes.
Please tell me that it was like the tub of butter too, so you were just scooping out.
It was the sticks. And we
I used to eat that shit when I was 3. When I was 3, I used to eat
the tub or the stick?
Just
sticks of butter like it was
sticks of
candy
butter.
bar.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember this. And my sister was younger, and I'd be like, "Do you want a stick of butter?" Like, I would like eat the sticks of butter. I mean, my dad could tell you stories. Seriously,
He'd
that
just
was
come
like
in and you were eating a
Yeah.
stick of butter.
delicacy. I would sneak into the fridge and steal a stick of butter like I was stealing like a candy bar. I don't know what was wrong with me.
For the longest time, like in elementary school, so like to school, I would only take butter sandwiches and like butter in between 2 slices of white bread.
Not even toasted?
No, not even toasted. Butter in between 2 slices of white bread, and that was all that I would take. I was such a picky eater growing up. You know, my parents were concerned, and you know, in my head, we always had that bottle of Maker's Mark to fall back on. It's like that was the financial savior. Like,
Yes.
can you just imagine, like, Brianna later in life learning, like, Maker's Mark is not that expensive.
not that
Why is
big a
it on
deal.
the
Well,
menu?
to be honest too, like I thought it was fancy too. Like I thought because my dad came home with it one time and it had all that wax on it, and I was like,
You're like,
"Ooh, what is this?"
no, I think it must have been from like a special event or something, but I was just like,
She didn't like
yeah, I was.
sneak into it and then put the wax back on it and like pretend.
No.
No.
No, see, even like at the end of college, I was like, I'm gonna have made it because I can buy Maker's Mark now.
You went to college?
Well, to be fair, I actually like didn't go to the liquor store much in college. I always like still felt like I was gonna get caught even when I was over 21.
Yeah.
I got at
Like,
my
I
age,
remember the very first time I went to buy beer, because on my 21st birthday, like, it, you know, the big thing was, like, to go to Walmart at midnight, because it was the only place still open at midnight, and, like, buy champagne for mimosas for, like, the morning of your 21st. You know, and, like, Andres or, like, Cook's, so, like, super cheap champagne.
The
But
Cook's
you'd go to
Flamonte.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
But you'd go at midnight to buy that. And so, like, I had done that, but, like, I had mostly gone to bars. So then I remember the time that I went to buy beer for the first time, and it was actually for the rodeo where I met Tom. And
the Auburn rodeo.
Yeah, so my best friend had told me, like, buy anything you want, just don't buy Bud Light. But that was, like, the only beer I had in college. You know, it was, like, the normal thing. And so I was like, okay, I can't buy Bud Light. And so I am, like, walking around Walmart.
I cannot buy Bud Light.
Yeah, so I see... Y'all are going to crack up with that. I see a Miller High Life, and it has the thing on it that says the champagne of beers. And I was like, oh, great, it's going to taste like champagne. This is going to be awesome. And so I buy, like, an entire 30 rack of Miller High Life.
Good for you. Good for you.
Like, I get it back.
We all got to do that.
Guys, because I really was not, like, much of a beer drinker at all. And so I get back, and I'm like, guys, it's the champagne of beers.
Right. Yeah, like, what don't you get?
This is what the marketers have showed me. It's the champagne of beers. It's going to be great.
I'm still a Bud Light girl. Like, I'm
still a Bud Light.
Oh,
I'm
I'm still
like
Bud Light.
Bud Light.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
give me
still
a
Bud Light.
Yeah. If I'm going to drink beer, if I have to succumb to that,
Yeah.
I'm going to drink Bud Light.
Yeah, it's Bud Light or Michelob Ultra for me.
It's
Those are
Bud
the
Light
only
or
options.
Coors. I like Coors too, but like Bud Light's usually the first choice. I like a good Bud Light. A nice, like, cold, like, one of the things I was thinking about is, like, we're starting to switch into summer, and I can feel it going into summer. Like, I'm like, the red is for winter. I need light stuff for summer. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I can feel myself switching to summer, and, like, even thinking about a beer would be nice. Like, like a hot day, a beer would be nice.
It does, and it
No?
does.
You don't think a beer would be nice at all?
I don't like beer at all, but I will drink
But you'll drink a Bud Light?
I'll drink a Bud Light.
Oh, give me that. Yes.
All right, so LB, you haven't gone yet on, like, what did you think as a child was, like, the pinnacle of wealth?
You know, when it comes to these types of questions, my brain has to, like, really put a hold on current day life and really calm that down and go back, right? So when I think about this is the first thing that came up. I don't know how much this, like, resonates, but the first thing is really quickly, like, I resonated with wealth. Like, you work really hard, like I'm sure y'all did too, but like there was not, like, it was like long days. This resonates with me, like, okay, like, to make it, you're gonna do this. But the second point of this is that I thought of is when my parents would take me and my brother to the beach, and they would, in passing through to go on the beach, there was something that sold drinks, right? And in my mind, like, whatever, it was just like a cool, I don't know, drink
like a
station
tiki
or something.
bar?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
okay.
And they, in my mind, it was like chocolate milkshakes, but they had they went to the beach and got bushwhackers. So I was like, oh yes, adulting with a chocolate milkshake on the beach, no rules. Yes.
Bushwhacker.
Yes. But see, like, I didn't know, like, what that meant, you know?
Yeah.
I just knew there was, like, chocolate
Did you get a
goodness.
chocolate milkshake, though?
I mean, you know, I'd have to recollect those. I mean, I got stuff. Like, I was excited to go through, you know. But, like, I remember saying, yes, like, that is the life right there, you know.
Yeah,
Not thinking
right.
anything about, I mean, they're still dragging 2 kids around or anything, but, like.
I think, like, social media has skewed a lot of things, because I didn't grow up knowing what, like, expensive brands were.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, I knew,
yeah.
what, like, the midline stuff was, I guess you would
Same.
to me, that was expensive. Like, I
Same.
thought Guess was, like, expensive.
Yeah.
I didn't know,
Yeah.
like,
For me, it was never
the luxury brands.
brands. It was a little bit more of the
Symbol.
Like, oh, you have
symbol.
columns on your house. You're rich.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah, you can pay for food with real money, like, not food stamps, like, legit rich.
Yes.
Like, we were food stamps.
So I think it's
Just
different,
saying.
like,
yeah, it is very different
like,
now.
At least my kids seeing, like, all the things that are out there on TikTok, all these really expensive brands, and going,
that's
yeah,
hard.
we're never you're
you
never
should
gonna
get a
have
bottle of the red wax. And just put it up, and I don't
just,
like. But like,
because maybe the trick is to just make things.
I'm never gonna be buying you that Chanel bag.
No.
But like, I specifically remember like when I was in the sorority, they would send out these like leadership consultants every year to come in and do.
Yeah, we had this too.
So this one particular leadership consultant came in, and she was trying to like talk about the importance of like the brands and the sorority being the brand, and you're the face of that, and you're representing it.
Yeah.
And so she drew a bunch of different brands on the paper, and literally, because none of the people I've ever hung around have been stuck on the brands. Like I feel like now it's a very brand centric time.
Yeah.
But she drew a picture of like Armani Exchange, like their logo, and we're like, we don't know what that is.
Yeah, like nobody.
None of us knew what it was.
and that's okay. And that is okay.
Not a one. And she was
I
like,
wouldn't either.
the thing that I was kind of like, she was like, yeah, I told the other people y'all weren't gonna know what this meant.
Oh.
She knew.
Yeah, she knew.
Yeah,
Well,
but that's
like,
rude to say.
That was
Don't
rude
say.
to say,
Don't
yeah.
say the quiet part out loud. Always keep that to yourself.
When I was a kid, so way back when, food stamps were like actual like dollars.
Uh-huh.
Okay, they're hard now, but they used to be dollars. And so my mom used to be like, here's $1, go in and get a 5-piece cents of candy so we can get the change. And I would go in and we would get 5 cents candy and get the change to give to her so she could get her cigarettes. And she would get the change from it, right? But we went in We went in one time and the guy was like, oh, y'all like candy? Here, just let me get you the candy. My mom was like, get back in there! Get back in there and get the candy! Like, no, this is not the point. The point was to get in and get the change and bring her back. But now it's a card. You can't do that anymore. But that to me was like, that was what it was.
That was just your childhood.
Yeah.
That was my childhood. Like, that was the thing. And I thought, literally, like, if I could go in with, like, cash, I was rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that to
cash
this day.
and money.
Rare.
And I would go in and I would go to the grocery store and we would just buy stuff. And I was like, this is slumming it because I'm giving you food stamps. But like, I know probably what it's like to be able to give money, like real money, and be like, this is it. But I imagine today, like, using the card is probably a lot better because you use the card and it's not as obvious.
Yeah.
As like coming in with
the people behind you don't really know
they don't
what's
notice.
going on,
You're using your card regardless. And
Unless
it's okay.
there is an issue.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes. And I say that totally loving and supporting. Like,
What kind of issue?
Stuff that it doesn't cover. And
Or
you
like
ever got
got
stuck
too
behind
many-
somebody in line that it doesn't cover the things.
Yeah, and then they got to figure out what they can't get.
Yeah.
And then the person behind them that loves them is like, here, I'll cover it for you.
Oh, I'm not that person.
And the
Is that
person
what I'm
behind
supposed
them
to
is
do?
just like, oh my gosh, they're taking forever. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's me.
Yeah.
I would be like, here, can I just cover the diapers for you? Because those are things you need.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they should be covered.
No.
No? Is
No.
that not covered under WIC?
No.
So I want to say it's
Not,
state
like,
by
enough. Yeah.
not enough. It's state by state. This is a whole platform that we need to digress and not even talk about because I will like come in here and like
No, like I've been there. Go in.
like I think that's like currently I think that's currently an act or something that needs to pass to cover more for
definitely
WIC,
should.
but
No, you can buy like fried mozzarella sticks, right? And like
But
fried
not
potato
diapers?
skins and all the junk food you want. But you can't buy diapers or
fresh
game
stuff.
to clean your clothes or paper towels. Like things
There's
you
a
actually
whole
need.
there's a whole
But you can
conversation.
buy a bunch of junk.
Yeah.
You can buy
could,
and that's
yes.
why people have an issue with people who have food stamps because they buy
Junk food.
2 carts full of junk and shit that their kids probably don't necessarily need to eat, but they can't buy like diapers or the things they really need or the things that would really help them.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't cover it.
It doesn't cover it and or it doesn't go a long way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a whole nother.
It might cover like the cheapest brand of diapers that also give your kids chemical rashes, which just makes you go to the doctor more and spend more money and have
Or
to, and
it covers-
punishes your kid.
Yeah.
And,
Or it covers 30 of those but it would only cover 10 or 15 pack of the ones you need, and that's half of a month. Like that's just
Yeah.
But you have to give daycare all of those. Like there's just there's so many things.
While we're talking about the so many things, can I bitch a second about the price of pads and tampons?
Yes.
Because
also I want to bitch about
that's
how
like a medical necessity.
Yep.
And the fact that you have to pay
for it and
what
taxes.
it costs. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's more because you pay a pink tax. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
To go in and buy pads and tampons, you were $20 in.
For sure.
Where, like, when I was a kid, you were, like, at least $5 to $7.
Right.
Now you were $20 in. And while I'm bitching about it, the fact that I had to buy toilet paper today, and I had to stand there and look at it and say, which toilet paper can I afford? No, I'm not going to switch on brand. I'm not going to switch the brand.
What brand do you use?
I have to have Charmin. It's got to be Charmin.
What brand do you use?
It needs to be Charmin Ultra Soft.
The cheapest.
Charmin Ultra Soft.
It's got to be Charmin Ultra Soft.
It's like tissue paper.
I'm
gonna do
not
like
use
this.
Scott.
Every time I do, it's like.
But I do hate the fact that I have to do weird toilet paper math now. Like I feel like we need like a square
Can we just not have a regular roll that will fit on the toilet paper thing?
When I go here, it's like fancy.
Well, yeah,
It's
because
like,
I get
I just
Charmin
need like
Ultra
a tiny
Soft.
little bit, and it's like boop. But at my house, I'm like.
Yeah, but like the fact that I just need like a full yardage or something, because the fact that they're like whatever rolls equals so many super rolls, which equals so many mega rolls, like I don't know what any of that means.
And none of it fits on the toilet paper holder.
Yeah.
None of it
Yeah.
fits.
I get the good stuff anyways because I want it to be
I'm like
good.
Scott, but I even go in the
Yeah.
LB's house. I'm like, oh, I think I need this much, and then I'm like, oh, this is way too much.
we do Charmin as well.
They do good stuff. I'm like, give me that.
It's like once you go back,
I
you
don't need this
cannot.
much.
You can once you go Charmin, you cannot go back.
I don't need a lot of luxuries in life, but I will not use
I
Scott.
felt like $19 for 9 rolls of toilet paper was ridiculous.
Yeah, that is bad. I get mine at Sam's, and I will say everyone in the whole neighborhood knows exactly what kind of toilet paper I use because I get it delivered and they don't put it in boxes. And so they just leave the whole giant thing of toilet paper on my front porch. But I'm like, so during COVID, there was a toilet paper shortage.
Oh, do
and
we
I
know?
I was not about to deal with that.
Oh, yeah?
And so I just kept ordering more Charmin.
Okay.
And then, outside our door has like some windows on the side. And my mom was like, so you just bragging to the whole neighborhood about how.
Y'all.
And, she was just like being funny, but she was like, so you just bragging in the neighborhood about that toilet paper.
No, definitely bragging.
Yeah,
If
for sure,
I'm
bragging.
ever in a situation where it is not Charmin, like I am annoyed.
Yeah.
Like
So like,
I
if
will
you came to my
say-
house, you'd be annoyed.
yes.
Yeah. Did you have to like?
No, and it's not even that. It's like a rough feel. Like I like my ultra soft.
It's the feel that I used to do Angel
Now, I
Soft,
will
but
say
then
my
as soon
mom-
as I went Charmin,
Right. I could agree with that.
So
Yes.
Scott is like tissue paper, and you just keep rolling.
No,
That's what we use.
Thing-
Scott,
You're
you
not
just
saving
roll.
any money by the time you're rolling
I don't
it and
care.
rolling
You
it
just
and
roll
rolling
it.
it.
But it
and
also
rolling it.
depends on like your pipes, like your waste
Yeah.
pipes too, because I know people would choose that toilet paper because of that the pipes.
So
it would
I
clog
need
up their
to tell
toilet.
Matt.
I mean, once you go Charmin, you
You
won't
don't
go
go
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know when I visit like you guys' house, I'm like,
You don't want to go back, do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
It only takes 3.
Yes.
It only takes 3.
Just try it out. Like you.
And I don't have to like
Yeah.
double.
I'm just saying. Try
I'm
it
just
out.
saying, you're at a point in your life where you can have Charmin.
Yeah.
No. You deserve
I
Charmin.
need to tell Matt, like buy the Charmin.
Do you know what you're getting for your birthday? You're getting some damn
I'm
Charmin.
gonna get you some Charmin toilet paper. Okay.
I'm okay with like the double. I'm used to it though.
Did you guys ever like have anything that you're like, oh, like if I was like fabulously wealthy, like I just had all the money, this is the like actual like approachable thing that I would do where it's not that expensive, but like my thing was always like, oh, if I just had the money, I would not use a towel for more than a month because I love the feeling of a new towel.
Oh, a brand new.
And so, like, some people love the feeling of new socks. So if they just had all the money, they would just, like, wear a pair of socks and then donate them
Oh wow.
because
Yeah.
they wouldn't rewear socks because they love the feeling of new socks.
Right.
So I love the feeling of new towels. So I'm like, oh, if I just had all
that.
the money, I would get a new towel every single month. And so, like, I have incredible in-laws, like just great in-laws.
I'm sorry.
And so for Laura, why are you being weird? But anyway,
I didn't get any of the strawberries until now.
So, but
you don't have to sit on a chip.
You don't need to salsa
It
it.
goes with it.
Oh, okay.
Just let her do her thing, y'all.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, for Christmas one year, my in-laws got me 12 towels so that I could have like a new
one
towel every month for the year.
Wow.
But,
That's a deal.
Like, yeah. So it was great. And it still is great because I still have a lot of great towels.
When you're one person, if not, that'd be 24 towels they'd have to buy.
No, it was just for me. It was not a luxury for anyone else.
Perfect.
Just about me.
As you deserve.
Yes, because they were in my color, which like I have my own color of towels. Like everybody has different colors.
Oh, that is a great idea.
Well, it is, except when you do it when you forget that your husband's colorblind. So sometimes I do fun stuff like that and forget that, but that's okay. It's worked out fine. Yeah, is there anything that anybody was like, this would be like the pinnacle of luxury that's actually kind of reachable, but you're just not willing to splurge on it?
Mine's not reachable for me at this point.
Well, yeah.
But I will say, mine is, I will have a room, a large room where I can walk in. Not like huge, maybe like this. But it's going to have shelves, and it's going to be for toilet paper. It's going to be for paper towels. It's going to be for extra shampoo. It's going to be for extra conditioner.
So like
it's going to be
couponing.
Not couponing, just like so I don't have to stress.
Yeah.
About, oh crap, I ran out of deodorant. I got to make sure I have deodorant. Oh, wait, I've got 5 in stock at the house.
If you coupon,
they never have coupons for what I need.
But they will.
No,
Publix has coupons for everything every 6 weeks.
Not what I need. Let me rephrase that. For the brands that I want. Like, I am a Dove girly. I only use Dove sensitive skin soap. That's it. So I would have like 4 or 5 bottles of that. And so I'd only have to go a couple of times a year to get soap.
I know what I'm
like
getting
the
you for your
bars
next
of
birthday.
soap, or
no, it's in a bottle.
Okay.
It's in a bottle. It's like a green top.
I'm real basic. I only use the like Dove bar soap. I don't know why, but for some reason I'm like, this is what works best.
It's got to be the sensitive skin. It's got, and then like as far as deodorant, it needs to be the Dove sensitive skin deodorant.
Yeah.
You know, just extra so that whenever I'm stressing about what I've got to spend on groceries, because groceries are so freaking expensive.
Seriously.
I'm not having to factor in cleaning supplies and even down to like the floss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep, that's right. Yeah, those will get you.
I have couponed in the past, but what I ended up doing was just buying a bunch of junk because I could get really cheap, but it's not what I really needed or wanted. It was just junk. It wasn't the brand I was going to use.
So you're picky about the brand.
I am picky about the brand because I figured, like, okay, so like this last time when I bought my flossers, I bought what was cheaper because I was like, and come to find out, like, the floss is thicker on it, so I have a harder time getting it through my teeth. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's things I like about what I choose to use.
We can spend money on. So this is what I was spending on. I can't do it right now, but if I had money, I would buy the top shelf, like, wine. And when I say that, I mean not the wine that is the big one for $7.99. Like, I'd spend like I'd buy bottles of wine that were good top shelf wines. Same with liquor. I would do the same with like tequila and vodka and stuff. Like, I'd keep it. Like, if I could do that, that is, I think, what I would do. Also, I would love to do like high quality top line dirt for my plants too. So yeah, I mean, but the towels sound great. Like, that is a great toilet paper. We're doing, but I would do that. I would make sure toilet paper is like on my list.
Pinnacle is like having like a speakeasy in my house.
Yes.
Oh, my that's the pinnacle of like,
if I could spend money,
in has hit that 5 million downloads.
Yeah.
And I am downstairs in my little speakeasy. We can record from there too. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But I've got a bar with all of the stuff.
Like, that would be cool. Yeah. I just want wine that's like basically never ending and it's good. That's what I want.
Yeah.
And the same with liquor.
The funny thing is, though, like, when I'm alone, I don't really drink.
Yeah, see,
wish
that's
I could
the
say the
issue
same.
of, like, I have a lot of nice liquor, but I am a bourbon girly, and so I do a lot of, like, bourbon. I have a lot of nice bourbons, but then I never drink it because I'm like, oh, well, it's nice, so I need to be celebrating something.
Yeah.
Well,
And
you can invite me.
I should-
And we will celebrate.
Yeah,
should.
see, that's
Bourbon.
what we should do, because I should do more of, like, I'm
Yeah.
celebrating the fact that it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
And
because
more
I don't
is
do
here.
enough of that. Yeah.
Right.
I want to do the
Totally
whole, like, have any of y'all ever watched Dallas? No. So, like, JR would come in after a long, hard day of work, piece of ice in his drink, and have a bourbon. And it looked like the pinnacle of, this has been a rough day, and I am relaxing. And in my head, that's what I need to be
Yes.
doing.
Yeah.
But I never am
That's
there.
why I want to get there, because
Yeah.
agreed,
Yeah.
we work so hard, and
No,
it's a
Wait,
waste.
I do that by myself.
No,
Like,
no. I do something of that nature. It's just not at the quality, and
It's not the quality
It's not the
you
quality
want
I
it to
want.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not
Is
enough
it the
water
quantity?
for glass. That's
Yeah.
Is it your quality? Is it meeting your
I mean,
standards?
It's legit. Like, I'm good with it. Like, I'll do, like, the ice out of the ice maker.
Yeah.
And I'll do, like, whatever liquor we have.
Same.
I'm good. And
Yeah.
it just makes me feel good.
well, and like he would come in and he would like he had his home desk and he would come in and he would just like sit,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like the cocktail hour before dinner.
Yeah.
Like, I'll sit
Yeah.
there and watch, like, Game Show Network.
Yes. No whammy. No whammy.
No whammy.
No way, no
and
whammy.
I will feel like
Wait,
I'm
by the
Have-
way-
and what's the update on
Yeah,
that?
have you
heard from them?
No. No, they don't want me, y'all. They do not want me, but I'm still a big fan. Like, I'm watching them and thinking, and you know,
Dude, Deal
if I
or
could
No
just be-
Deal was my jams. I
Deal or
love
No
Deal or
Deal.
No
With the
Deal.
Meghan Markle?
No.
Yeah.
No. Well,
No.
I don't know about that.
No, that
but-
was the briefcase show.
Oh, well,
That
they were
is Deal or
brief.
No Deal.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Deal or No,
Meghan
yeah.
Markle's on there?
She was on Deal or No Deal, yeah.
She was a briefcase girl.
She was
Oh.
a-
Oh,
she
was
a
she?
model.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to go back and watch. I didn't realize that. What years?
I don't know, but I'm going to show you a picture.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see, because I used to watch that all the time.
And we will be right back.
Hey sippers, this is Brianna from 4 Sips In. If you love candles as much as I do, check out Great Bear Wax Company. The soy wax candles are hand poured in small batches and the scents are amazing. Use code Brianna for 10% off your purchase on burnbear.com. Hope you enjoy.
Okay, roast and toast. Well, how far are we on the time?
We're good for roast and toast.
Okay, so we need to do a toast and roast.
Okay, you can roast poison ivy if you want to. I'm keeping notes. Next time I have to toast and roast.
Oh, no, I will. I do have something important to toast too.
Okay.
So I guess it's not that important, but it kind of goes along with the poison ivy thing, except it's so much better.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it should be. I hope so.
We are not awesome at maintaining our yard, which is fine because we have like a million freaking things
don't
to do
hoe?
all the time. I don't.
You ain't over here hoeing.
I am not over here hoeing.
What are you doing?
No,
I'll hoe for you. I'll be your hoe. Actually, I'll be your hoe.
Okay, well, luckily we don't need you because for some reason our like not paying attention really paid off this year, and we have a ton of blackberry bushes.
Yes, in
So-
your backyard.
Yeah, so we've got them on the side, and then we've got them all along the back, and so in the like every morning our girls go on blackberry hunts and they
Okay.
collect a bunch of blackberries.
Yes.
And which like we joke about, we've like produced like 2 tins full of blackberries now, which has saved about $5. But still, it's a lot of fun.
And
to, like-
time. Think about gas
Right,
and
yeah.
time. Like, yeah.
well, it's a lot of fun that they go
And
out there
fun.
and pick blackberries, and I have no idea where these bushes came from. Like
Yeah.
we planted one, and
Yeah.
they're everywhere. So I don't know if they were already here
Okay.
and didn't like
You have
flower or something.
Birds aren't
for
getting
a while.
them?
No,
Oh.
we're having no issues, which is wild because like we have deer running through here, we have an armadillo, like we have so many animals that I feel like would usually be getting these blackberries, but the stars have aligned for us.
Interesting.
And they're all gone right now, I guess.
Oh,
And we're
okay.
getting all the blackberries. So
that's amazing.
That's really fun and really
I feel
nice.
like you need to make a really good blackberry cobbler.
See, I would totally do that if I like did things like that, but I don't.
But like you could what's it? Muddle it for a drink.
I'd probably do that or like put it in a smoothie.
Because of where I lived, we always had blueberries or blackberries, and my mom always made the best cobblers, and I've never been able to recreate her cobbler.
Yeah.
But it was always the best. And it wasn't like what you get whenever somebody like makes a cobbler where it's all the stuff on top and the filling on the bottom. Like it's not that. It's like a good southern solid cobbler.
Yeah.
From the backyard.
Yes, with stuff from the backyard. Yeah. Yes. It was always so good.
So tomorrow I expect a blackberry cobbler.
Your expectations are set too high.
Brianna doesn't even know the cuppa.
Keep me a couple of blackberries. Yeah.
So do you want me to put those in a bag for you with a towel?
Not a paper towel.
I want you to take it in your
Overwater
hand and give
them.
it to Preston.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can make it grow from that?
No.
We can do it too.
No, I'm going to taste it.
I just wanted to taste that.
I was like, the cobbler.
LB's going to put like her mojo on it, and there's going to be a whole bush next year.
No. It's like, what is she going to do?
I'm going to eat. I'm going to taste them.
So have you ever planted rosemary? Because just on the gardening theme, if I'm going to roast something, I should roast a rosemary. Because that thing will take over your entire yard.
Unless it freezes and dies.
Okay, well mine never did.
I want it to take over my whole yard and it doesn't.
No, at the last house we had so much rosemary, I swear inside the house was smelling like rosemary.
Give it to me. Give me all the rosemary.
And we put it in like...
So it doesn't need a partner?
No.
I guess not.
No.
We were doing like raised garden beds, and so this was like our first year of living in a house, and we're like, we're gonna get raised garden beds. And so we go to Sam's and we buy the raised garden beds and the soil and all these different plants, and so we have all these different things, and like the squash and the zucchini, like they produced so much right off the bat, and like there was so much squash, and then it like kamikazed itself and it just died, and I still to this day don't know what happened. And so then we did the like tiny watermelons that you can grow here. So we had some of the tiny watermelons, and that was fine, but we also grew rosemary because we were like, oh, that would be good for like cocktails or just for like cooking chicken and stuff. You can throw the rosemary in, it'd be great to go out back and like grab the herbs. And I mean, we had like different herbs between inside and outside where we would have like mint and all these things that you could just add to to your cooking or to cocktails or whatever. But the rosemary, I swear, it was worse than bunny rabbits. It like multiplied
in the pot
everywhere, and it took over like the whole freaking yard. It felt like, I mean, the rosemary went everywhere.
I don't know what you do with rosemary.
And so we bought this house, and we went out back after we bought it, and they had some like raised garden beds, and they just had a sign that said rosemary, and we're like, oh no. Well, y'all be careful out there with your rosemary.
Wait, did you?
She roasted rosemary.
Roasting,
and you toasted blueberries. You toasted blackberries and roasted rosemary.
Yeah,
it
was a real garden theme tonight.
I love it.
Well, sippers, thanks for joining us. Hope you had as great of a time tonight as we did. So I would like to, first follow, subscribe, like all of the things on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Yes.
You can, find us on all the podcast platforms. Please review us. 5 stars, nothing less than that. We will find you. If you do give less than that, so don't. But anyway, so I would like to cheers to childhood riches because they were way cheaper than adult ones.
Oh,
so
yes.
Cheers to that for sure.
Cheers.
Night, y'all.